Welcome back to S.WigginsTV. You already know it's your host, Worldwide Wiggins, and we back with another dope interview, man. Another hood low key that we've been trying to get on here, man. You know what I'm saying? For a minute now. You feel me? For months. I got my boy YG Lil Ace. You feel me? He's here to give, you feel me, all of the fans, the whole LA, some history, and he got some things to get off his chest, man. Please welcome YG Lil Ace from Dime Block Gangsters. How you feeling, Obi?
Man, I'm loving them, enjoying life, doing this thing 10 toes down.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. YG Lil Ace, man. I got a few questions, man, you know, that I need to ask, man, and then I will let you take over. You say whatever you got to say on your chest, but we go keep it respectful, like we said off air, man, and yeah, man, let's get it in, man. So, first things first.
Let's do this.
Right. First things first, man. Who originated, you know, the Dime Block Gangsters in what year?
I had to been about 14 years old at the time, and the homies was always hooker weirdos back in the day. They was the ditch party thing. Your party wasn't lit unless the Dime Block and the weirdos was there. I picked up behind Big P-Dog, and I was a youngster hanging around Big P-Dog. He opened a lot of doors for me and taught me different ways of doing things. I don't have an older brother. I am the third brother. I have two sisters and a baby brother. So I picked up my hood knowledge and my movements behind Big P-Dog.
Right.
The Dime Block hookers wasn't really into gangbanging. That wasn't their thing. That ain't what they was pushing. Me being the youngest and first little homie from 110th Street, I went to Benny Q. I got put on before I went to Monroe. I banged the turf from Monroe on to this day.
Oh, all right.
I got many young homies up under me. I got put on by my homie T-Nut, Lil Tricky. After Lil Tricky, we put Light Bulb on, Lil E, Lil Chaotic, rest in peace, Weasel B, rest in peace. It went on generation after generation to where you come up with Lil Half Pint, rest in peace, Lil Baby P-Dog, and so on and so forth. So I am a founding member of Dime Block Gangsters. We couldn't do the hooker thing. We was too busy trying to be active in the streets, and we repped the beat. The homies was like, do y'all thing, man. Keep it, 110th Street.
All right.
And that's what we do. We keep it 110th Street.
For sure, man. You mentioned something earlier that your older homies was hooker weirdos. So for clarification, you guys are affiliated. You guys are cool with the Weirdo Gangster Bloods.
Back in the day, yeah, we was affiliated with the weirdos. We hung out and went to parties and did our thing. When we turned Dime Block Gangsters, we decided to do our own thing. We didn't need nobody approval. We didn't ask nobody approval. We banged 110th Street from Crenshaw to Mosley, Yukon, Doty, down the prairie. And we stand on that.
Right,
we removed the Doty Block Gangsters off our turf. That we couldn't do that. That there was no way we was going to share the same streets, the same letters. That ain't happening.
We gonna get to that.
Stuff where you looking for.
Right. I want to get to that in a second. I want to keep it in sequence, in order. All right. So I appreciate that. All right. Now, let's get the clarification. For the viewers out there, what's the difference between the Dime Block Hookers, the Dime Block Gangsters, the Doty Block Bloods, and somewhere in the equation some Doty Block Crips? Like, if you could break that down for us, like, who don't know?
Dime Block Hookers are the older homeboys. I am a younger Dime Block Gangster. I got put on Dime Block Hookers by T-Nut back in the day.
Right.
Being that we were the younger generation, we really didn't go to school, man. We was knuckleheads. We was turned up. We was the Subaru business, and that wasn't going to fly. We wasn't doing ditch parties. If you ain't at school, you don't know about the ditch parties. We on the block. We out here. I was flamed up with the Pendleton on, G's, the red chucks. I represent the block. I'm a blood first. Right. So the older homies was like, y'all do y'all thing. We are all one hood, but y'all moving a different way that we not moving. Therefore, y'all hold the reins and do your thing. Later on, a few summers down the line, we hear about Doty Block, and we went down on Doty, and we had to get rid of that. That we can't have that in our hood. That's just not what we doing.
And that's the Doty Block Bloods.
Don Block 110th Street.
And that's the Doty Block Bloods you talk about, that you heard about.
Right.
All right.
Right. So I'm looking for one of them to comment on your thing so we can figure out whatever happened to them. If we push them off our part of the team, that ain't going to happen. That ain't going to fly. In our eyes, that's disrespectful to be anything with the same affiliated letters as us. We can't have that. We were a small clique. We went from a clique to a gang. That is a major movement, and back in those days, it was hard to do. Most cliques were consumed by bigger hoods, just due to the fact that's how it went. As time changed and the world changed, we decided to do our own thing. We dime block gangsters. We get it tatted on us, we hit it up on walls, and it's going to be respected. That's where we are today. We are our own fashion of dime block hookers. We are dime block gangsters, period. 110th Street or nothing.
For sure. For sure. But now, do you guys go by any other names, like maybe Dime Block Bloods?
We are Dime Block Gangster Bloods.
For sure. All right. Now I'm happy we got the clarification. All right. Now, you mentioned it earlier, but let's kind of get a more concrete and deeper clarification going on. When you was coming up, what was the official borderlines of the Dime Block Gangster Bloods?
Our hood, we went wherever we wanted to. We was accepted in different. We was accepted in different parts of 104th where the mafias hang out at. We ran Crenshaw, Lamoli, Yukon, and anywhere further down towards Prairie. That's our street. That strip belongs to us. That's our hood. Jen's Liquor Store was our wall. We shared Jen's Liquor Store with a multitude of hoods. But when you come down on the Dime Block side, 110th and Crenshaw, that's us. We out here posted up playing football, stopping your car, stopping traffic. Where you get from? That's just, how we came up.
Right. Now, with respect to all other hoods, you mentioned Lamoli in like 110th and Crenshaw in 110th. Now, obviously, when you cross Lamoli going into Yukon and then you got Doty and all of that, you gonna have to cross, even though you cool with the weirdos, you crossing borderlines with Center Park Bloods. How
That was around the corner.
Yeah. Were they accepting of you guys at first, or what happened?
Growing up, in different summers, they would get out of prison or come from wherever they was at, and they would start noticing, hey, these dudes over here get thick. These are little homies. No, we are not. We are our own thing. We are dime blocks. That's what it is. We're going to be respected. We're going to put in enough work to where you got to respect it. Here we are today. They are their own fashion. We are our own fashion. They got their hood. We got our hood. That's what it is.
All right.
Now, when it comes to going across Yukon, going down towards Imperial, Gordon's store, we with the, we a nightmare to the. We put in work like everybody else. We have to put in work. That's what it was about.
Don't do that.
You have to make a name for your hood. We are no longer a clique. We are a hood. We have enemies. We put in work. People are expected to come back through here and try to put in work. We out here on a daily basis, 24/7. We got block movement. That's what it is.
All right. Now, so.
But to comment on, to comment on what you said, we ain't asked nobody approval and never have and never will. We are a hood. We gonna be respected. If not, there's repercussions to these things. That's just what it is. And I stand on that. I'm 47 years old today, and I ain't never been from nowhere but 110th Street. I got kids growing up under me, 110th Street. That's what it is. It's a movement. We gonna be respected. Anybody say anything different, line up the face.
All right. Now, here's a very important key part of the interview. And all you know, I'm a cuss.
Okay.
I'm a cuss one time. You feel me? And I'm a block. I'm a blurt this out. You feel me? But all you sucker mother out there talking shit in that last video I dropped yesterday, where Hobie went to the other side of the park. You feel me? To his Itabigo park. All you know, I'm gonna ask this question again. So if you already hearing, you saying I'm starting stuff, make sure you listen closely. Now, YG, man, me personally, I'm nobody. I'm just a slightly younger Hobie with a platform, a little bitty platform. But for everybody who got something negative to say, and more importantly, for our community as black brothers, once again, you know, the first time was with OG Spuff for Center Park Bloods. Do you think it's
The
possible?
book writer.
What'd you say?
The book writer, the author. What about him?
Right. Do you think it's possible for me to get in touch with a cooler head from any of these Damu hoods, and maybe with you or one of your other homies, and it ain't got to be on air, but maybe a mediation, you know, just to have a sit down and have, you know, have a
Well,
peace talk?
the last time I had a conversation with anybody that is not affiliated with the 10 but be on the 10, it's always the same stigma that comes with certain people from other hoods. We ain't got no problems with y'all. I don't know what dude talking about. Man, we good. Ain't none of that going on. We living a peaceful life, man. We don't want problems. My generation, we had no understanding of what it meant to be neutral with other hoods. It was this way or keep that thing moving. And to this day, we are evolving into opening doors and clarification and things of that nature. So being a black member of the community, we don't need intermingling beefs with each other. We got enough issues out here in these streets. But I find it real funny how dudes from the 80s, way back then, all of a sudden get tough and want to start speaking bad on the block. When I be you, it ain't never that. So keep that internet stuff and that fictional stuff in them books. That ain't going on in these streets, man. Dudes is living comfortably and doing their thing. And a lot of people want to keep it that way. But when you got people that come on the internet and get to making up these stories and acting woo-wah-wah, man, miss me with all that. There's a breakdown in communication somewhere for the simple fact we all share the same city street. We bump into each other on a daily basis. And it ain't never that, oh, we regulated the 10 and had to get approval to be from. No, stop lying. That's cap for the internet. That makes you feel good. That's good. That's due for you. That don't work over here. I'm going to say something every time somebody get on here talking ignorant about the block. I'm a block representative. I sit at the head of this table, and it is protected by extreme violence. Check around, ask about me. I'm known. I'm well known around the set. I'm not one of those dudes that you just gonna run up on and, oh, wooty. You miss me with that. That ain't gonna fly. Never have. Since I was a youngster, I'm with the business. And I'm with the business to this day. Keep that internet stuff to yourself. Don't nobody want to hear that nonsense. Keep it factual or keep it to yourself. That's just where I stand.
All right, man. I appreciate you, YG Ace, man. And for the people, lastly, you know, for the people out there, man, you guys are still out there, still acting. No disrespect, but you guys are still there. Because, you know, people like talking trash. Oh, they not there. They you know, because it's a Google map. And apparently, if your hood ain't on a Google map, you just not there. You know, this internet thing got people pumped up. So
we everywhere. You have a function, we'll be there. You know we in the building. People get quiet. People get on their phones. Why they over here? What's going on? Who said what? These dudes ain't friendly. Why they over here? They know what time it is. It ain't no secret. 110th Street come in many different shape, form, and fashions, and we all got one thing in common. We will shut it down fast.
Man, YG Ace, man, I appreciate you, man. You know, much respect, man. And
For sure. I appreciate you giving me a few minutes of your time to clarify some things and just you know, put this Doty block thing to rest. That thing don't exist no more, and ain't nobody really even trying to push that thing. They know what time it is. They know what happened when we come through.
All right, for sure, man. S.WigginsTV, YGAs, Dog Block Gangster Bloods.
10 minutes.
Yup.
10 of them.